I don't know how you found me, but I'm so grateful that you're here. Welcome. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make an apple spice poke cake. Now technically for an apple spice cake, that's all you need is one box of spice cake mix. I'm using Betty Cracker Super Moist, 120-ounce can of apple pie filling, and 2 eggs. But I'm going to turn it into a poke cake. So what I'm going to add to this recipe is some apple butter. I'm going to add a little bit of Eagle Brand condensed milk. And I'm going to top it with Cool Whip because it's going to be so sweet with the Eagle Brand and the apple butter that I didn't want to do a cream cheese frosting. So like I said, welcome. I'm going to get everything set up. You guys are going to love this video. Hopefully. And this recipe is quick, fast, and easy. As I said, it only needs a couple of ingredients. And I'm going to use you need a wooden spoon or something to poke it with, because I'm going to poke the cake and then pour the Eagle Brand and the apple butter on top, and let it soak into the little holes, and cover it with the whipped cream. I'm going to turn the camera around. Let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to try and slice or make these smaller, this apple pie filling, because I want apple throughout the whole entire cake. And as you see, they came in slices. So what I'm going to do is take a fork. It'd be easier to use a blender or a food processor, but that's an extra step for something to clean. And those of you that know me, welcome back. You know, my channel is all about people who don't want to cook, don't like to cook, don't know how to cook, don't want to cook, don't have time to cook. And like I said, I'm so glad you found me. You're in the right spot. If this is your thing, if you're not big on cooking, you need a quick, fast dessert. I wanted a really easy, quick dessert. And this part here has like a little piece of rind on it. I don't know if you see that, so I'm going to take that out. And you can probably mash these, but I'm just cutting them quickly with a knife to make them smaller so that it's evenly distributed throughout the cake. You're not finding big whole half slices of apples in the cake, because it is an apple spice poke cake. It's just an apple spice cake, but I turned it into a poke cake homage to my grandmother, rest in peace. She lived to be 100. She died in 2024. And every Sunday she made a cake, and this was her favorite, was a poke cake. I think it became popular in the 70s, maybe the 80s, where you just make a cake and pour some type of frosting on top of it while it's hot and let it soak into all the little holes. And it makes it gooey, rich, whatever. I'm not a big cake eater. Only cake I eat is chocolate cake. I prefer cakes, cookies and pies. That's more of my thing. So I just wanted to go ahead and use it. Plus I had some apple butter left. So just cutting this up really small. Well, not really small, but in smaller chunks. So hopefully they won't be too hard to slice with those big slices in there. So from here, I'm going to add this into the bowl. This is one can that I've roughly chopped, and like I said, you could puree it. That'd probably be the best way, but I just didn't feel like getting out a food processor or an extra step with that. And then you're going to need one box. I'm using extra moist spice cake mix, and 2 eggs that I've already cracked. And then you just mix this together. And this cooks for 30 minutes. I'm going to go 25, and you check it with a spoon or fork, whatever you use it. It needs to come out clean. My oven is already preheated to 350 degrees. So I'm just mixing this together, getting this all combined. And I'm using Eagle Brand because it also makes the cake a lot sweeter. And you guys know I like my stuff really, really sweet. So I'm just mixing this all up to get this nice and mixed, because it is a pretty thick batter. And it's funny how you just add 2 eggs. And you can make, I did a pumpkin spice cake recipe on my channel also. You might want to check that out. You just add a can of pureed pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling like I'm using today, just pureed pumpkin mix out of the can. and that will give you your cake mix or batter to pour into the pan. I sprayed my pan with Pam so it won't stick. Getting this really mixed. I'm using a 9x13, and I like apple spice. I hope my husband likes this, because if not, I'll be eating this whole cake by myself. That's why I'm making it sweeter, because those of you that know me know I have an insatiable sweet tooth, and I like my stuff really, 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 really sweet. I was afraid that it wouldn't be sweet enough. So that appears to be semi-mixed, not quite totally mixed. I want to make sure this is totally mixed for your cake. If you guys like this video and these type of videos, please like, subscribe, and share. You guys that know me know I try to upload a minimum of 2 videos a week. And I always include, or try to include, an inspirational quote. Keep you grinding on your hustle, because I know life gets hard sometimes, and you know, those are some curveballs and things don't work out as planned. So some inspirational quotes, and then I always try and tell a crazy, crazy joke at the end. So there it is, nice and thick. That looks about right. Put my pan here. And add this to the pan. It's kind of rude to have it where you can't see it. And it's super thick. Like I said, with just 2 eggs and a can of pie filling, it's amazing how you don't need any of the other ingredients on the box. And it still turns out super moist and delicious. You could probably use another fruit, but I couldn't think of another fruit other than apple or pumpkin or maybe sweet potato to go with spice cake. Smells good already. I'm just going to smooth this out in the pan. I sprayed it, so it's kind of hard to get it to distribute. I've warmed the apple butter in the microwave just for a few minutes to get it soft. And I'm sorry I don't have any measurements for that, because once again, this is one of my recipes that I've made up, making it a poke cake. You can probably find the apple spice recipe, apple cake online. I just wanted it to be a poke cake, homage to my grandmother, and like I said, make it sweeter than what it appears to be in the recipe. So, smoothing this out so you guys can see that. Got chunks of apple in there. Yeah, it probably would have been better if I pureed it. So if you do this, you might want to think about using a food processor and pureeing it. Or if you're one of those people that likes seeing the apples in there, then this is the way to go. So looks pretty smooth, not perfect. You guys know I'm not a chef, and you guys know I always say I don't like to cook, but I love to eat. I love the delicious food. And there you have it. So there it is. I'm going to put this in the oven for 25 minutes. It's supposed to go a little longer than 30. Pull it out and then show you how we're going to poke it. Okay, everyone, I cooked the cake for exactly 25 minutes, and it comes out perfectly clean. So I apologize that I don't have any measurements for you guys. So this is something I made up. I'm just going to go ahead and make pokes all throughout this cake. Bottom of this wooden spoon while it's still warm, because I want the apple butter and the Eagle brand condensed milk to melt down inside the cake. See, it's so moist, sticking to the spoon. That's what you want. This is a quick, easy dish. My girlfriend asked me to bring over a dish for Super Bowl, so I may take this with me. So here I've got, let me slide this over. Got the apple butter. I'm going to add some Eagle brand condensed milk to this. Kind of quite a bit, about 1/3 of the can. Just going to stir this all together. Mix this up. And this will definitely keep the cake super moist, which you see is already very, very moist. And then I'm just going to pour this on top of the cake while it's still hot. Because you want this to seep down into all the holes and crevices of the poke cake. That's the purpose of a poke cake, that you poke it. Get all this goodness down inside the cake. You want to do this while it's warm. That ensures that it will seep in. And like I said, normally I would have done a cream cheese frosting with a spice cake, but since I'm using apple butter and the Eagle brand condensed milk, it's going to make it super, super sweet. And I figure Cool Whip would be a better alternative. You could definitely go cream cheese if you like. Just make sure you press this down and good. Make sure it gets down into the holes, because this is not the frosting. This is just the part that makes it a poke cake. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I love making really quick things. This, like I said, it only cooks for 25 minutes. Don't go any longer. The box says 25 to 30, but you have to know your oven. I know my oven gets pretty hot, so I definitely didn't want to go 30 and dry the cake out. I'm just making sure I press this in very good to get down into the holes, all the little pokes that I made. That's why they call it a poke cake. Spreading this out all over. I'm going to let this cool for about 30 minutes before I add the Cool Whip, because you know the Cool Whip will just totally disintegrate on top of this. And I'm going to turn the camera around and get ready to tell you guys my joke. I got a pretty funny one for you. Being Catholic, it really hit home for me, because I used to go to confession. Disclaimer, I haven't been in a long time. If I had to go, I go to church, mass, but if I went to confession and went inside the little booth, it'd be kind of funny. I'd have to say, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been a super long time since my last confession. How much time do you have?" So I don't think you'd find that funny, but it's the truth. It's been a very long time since I've done confession. I don't even know if they're still doing it these days. I usually bolt right after mass. So there you have it. This is a apple spice poke cake that I've enhanced with apple butter that I had left over, and I also used Eagle brand condensed milk to make it sweeter. So I'll be right back, you guys, to tell you guys my joke. And as usual, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. More importantly, leave me some comments. I enjoy comments, and I try to answer each and every one of them. And if you have some suggestions or improvements, I appreciate those just as much. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, this is cooled for about 30 minutes. And unfortunately, if my grandmother were alive, rest in peace, she would eat this immediately. She made a cake every Sunday. And as soon as it came out of the oven, she ate it. She liked her cake warm. So you'll have to keep this in the refrigerator because of the Cool Whip. But if you do a cream cheese frosting, I'm sure it'll probably be safe if you left it on the counter. Just putting the Cool Whip on here. Cover it up to cut some of the sweetness. Oh, and also, if you don't have apple butter, one of my subscribers told me that it's expensive where she lives. If you want to make this cake, definitely what I would do, get apple jelly, and you can warm it in a pot on the stove, and it will definitely spread really, it'll pour really easy. You want to try and go that route and not use apple butter. This is one, I think this is 8 ounces of a Cool Whip on a 9x13 pan. Just covering this up. Frosting. And as I said 1,000 times, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. You know my channel is all about people who don't really like to cook. And see, I love something sweet. I'm one of those people, I have to have dessert or something sweet every single night before I go to bed, which is terrible to be over 60 and be eating like this. But that's my disclaimer. And as a nurse, I apologize that my foods aren't really healthy. I haven't gotten there yet. I guess I have to be one of those hard-headed people who get really sick before I alter my diet. So I'm gonna cut this, tell you guys my joke. Okay guys, there you have it. Apple spice poke cake. Hope you enjoyed this video. As you see, the portion is missing. I've already eaten that little small piece I took off for some pictures, and then I've eaten the rest of it. If you like it, I like the chunks of apple in there, but if you don't think you'd like that, definitely use a food processor or a blender and mix it up so that it would definitely mix in really, really smooth. So let me tell you guys my joke. Okay guys, a disclaimer. If you don't have apple butter, a woman did tell me on a previous recipe that it was expensive. Another one said it was hard to find. Get apple jelly. You can put it in a pot and just warm it over a medium heat until it becomes liquefied, and you can pour that over instead of the apple butter. Either way will be equally delicious. That's the first choice I would have had, but since I had apple butter left, and I hate to waste anything, there's a lot of food insecurity in the United States, a lot of people that go hungry, and it's hard for me to throw stuff out that I don't have to. So let me tell you guys my joke. A man went to confess and told his priest, "Father, I almost slept with a woman." "What do you mean almost?" "Well, we got undressed and rubbed together, but I stopped." "Well, rubbing together is almost the same as putting it in. You're not to see that woman again. Say 5 Hail Marys and put $50 in the poor box for your penance." The man nods and prays and approaches the poor box. He pauses, then turns to leave without dropping the money in. The priest noticed and rushed over. "Hey, I saw that. You didn't put any money in the box." "Yeah, but I rubbed the $50 on the box, and according to you, that's the same as putting it in." Thought that was kind of funny. So anyway, like I said, please like, subscribe, and share. Come back for the next one if you like quick, easy meals. This recipe is delicious. It's definitely so freaking good. I would say it's the bomb.com. Leave it chunky. I wouldn't use them half like I had, like they came out of the can. That's just a little too big. It'd be hard to cut, but definitely cut them up a little bit. So thanks for watching. God bless, and hope to see you on the next one.